For the largest part of my life, I've been angry. It often shows up by being rude to someone, by not choosing my words carefully, and saying something I wouldn't like said to me. Imagine being a reporter on a newspaper and requesting a photo for your story. Then imagine the photographer assigned to do your picture telling you, "That's the stupidest idea I've ever heard." I've done that. My behavior begins around age 5 when my maternal grandfather dies. I'm closer to him than my mother or father. Grandparents will often dote on their grandchildren, paying more attention to them than even parents. This is no exception. My grandfather, or Zadie, the Yiddish word, lives with us, and I spend a lot of time with him. He's kind, funny, and protective. When my father, a disciplinarian, goes to spank me, Zadie stops him. While I may deserve a spanking, I have my own bodyguard. In Zadie's eyes, I can do no wrong, and I feel safe because of that. It's 1957. I'm playing on the sidewalk just outside our home in Hartford, Connecticut. Zadie is sitting on the steps. Just up the sidewalk, my brother is playing with a neighbor. Zadie gets up from the steps, takes 2 steps toward me, and falls down dead from a heart attack. He was 72. My father hears the commotion, comes running downstairs, scoops up Zadie, puts him in the car, drives a few blocks to the hospital where he's pronounced dead on arrival. I would never see him again. I don't cry. I don't comprehend death, but I do understand that my life will change from that point on. From that moment forward, my parents agree that there was the Donny before Zadie's death and the Donny after. Where once I had been a joyful little boy, now there was the child who shuts out everyone around him. Letting someone into my world might mean that I'll become attached to them, and then they too might disappear forever. My one real friend and authority figure I trust is gone. I retreat more and more into my own world and begin to rebel against anyone with power over me. At first, it's teachers at school. Then later, it's managers at work. My report cards are always filled with comments about my being a distraction to the class. At home, I defy my father. It becomes a battle with each of us believing we are right. My father's way of making his point known is through fear and intimidation. While not a violent man, he does have a temper, and I know how to engage it. My father, knowing only what he learned from his father, is what Beaver Cleaver calls a hitting dad. As I become older, I'm pissing off people all the time. I use indifference and hostility to keep the world at bay. Not exactly the best way to make friends and influence people. I keep telling myself the people around me are either stupid, incompetent, or both. It's the late 70s. I'm working for newspapers as a photographer. I'll be fired at almost everyone because of my attitude. At one paper, I get into a pissing match with a state trooper on a football field. My managing editor tells me after 3 years of incidents like this, he just can't stand with me any longer. Here I am with clowns to the left of me and jokers to the right, and I'm getting fired again. It's the mid-90s. I've moved from photojournalism to information technology. I give up manipulating one black box, the camera, for another, the computer. I continue to get into trouble. I'm either mouthing off to someone or shooting another a dirty look. It's the late 90s. I'm working as a computer consulting engineer. I managed to make an enemy of a project manager, again because of my attitude. I get the boot. I'm starting to wonder why this is continuing to happen. I ask a family member, a psychiatrist, if we can visit for a bit. We talk for about an hour. He looks around his office for some paper. He finds only his prescription pad. He hands me a prescription for a training called the New Warrior Training Adventure. Not always paying attention to what the universe is trying to tell me, I take the prescription home and throw it in a drawer. Some time passes and I piss off another project manager. I'm searching for something in that same drawer and that prescription magically floats to the top. I look at it, think about my conversation with the shrink, and search the web for more information about the training. This time I pay attention. It's fortuitous I did because it turns out to be just what the doctor ordered. It's December 2000. I'm on a weekend with nearly 100 men. For 48 hours, I get to look at my life, what's working and what's not. We do exercises which help to begin to turn on the lights of the life I've lived to that point. It's like taking LSD. Suddenly, a whole new world opens before me, and I realize there's a common thread to all the firings and job losses. It's me! After doing the New Warrior training, I spend the next 10 years regularly attending a follow-up group each Thursday for 2.5 hours. Over time, I realize my anger and hostile behavior, in most cases, isn't really anger. It's the avoidance of fear and sadness. The more I embrace those, the more I stop when I get angry and ask myself, is there something that you're really angry at, or is there something you're afraid of or sad about that you're not confronting? It's usually one or the other. It's 2013. A manager on a job is screaming at me. He tells me I don't understand what my duties are. Previously, I would have been willing to step out at high noon with this guy, verbal guns blazing. This time I stop and say, "You're right. I don't understand my duties. Let me ask you one question. What can I do to make your job easier?" Now I have an ally instead of an enemy. And I feel great. It's 2015. I've had a lot of personal growth over the last 14 years. I know now it's okay to be afraid or to be sad. I still get into trouble from my anger when I'm not paying attention to how it's coming out. When I do, I realize it's about a 5-year-old boy who didn't understand death and didn't know how to grieve. Zadie, this is for you.